Welcome back everybody, Harry P with the Driftless Homestead. Today we're going to go out and just poke around for a couple of mushrooms and see what's going on. Also just do a little woods checkup here. What I have right here to show you is a game camera. This could be a clip for a future video, but it's on an ironwood tree. I just wanted to point it out. So in the neighborhood here, which is this tree out here in the distance, we've got a black walnut tree. Down in the valleys, we haven't had black walnuts in a few years. I don't know why that is, something about some cycle or something. But you see here, we have black walnuts. So I don't know if you ever handled a black walnut. I kind of like the way they smell. It's hard to describe, so I won't try. But what I like to do is when I'm walking around the woods, this is actually a really nice example of a black walnut here. So this is one that just fell off the tree. It's nice and green. Not too much smell yet. Here's one that starts to turn brown. And on this, I'm just gonna plant them. When you see black walnuts out in the woods, a good thing to do is just to mash them into the dirt. That way they're harder for the squirrels to get. And my experience with black walnuts, very, very extremely valuable wood resource. But they also grow like weeds. It's unbelievable, how fast they grow. Down in the valley there where everybody was driving their pickup trucks, we had a bunch of walnuts and people drove over them and planted them by accident. The next year it was unbelievable how many black walnuts we had growing. So as we take out the ash trees, of course oaks are very valuable to us, but black walnuts have always, there's different oak, white oak and red oak, and the price goes up and down. And consistently black walnut pays good money. Sometimes it's, I always hear, oh, it's at its highest ever. Well, it's always high compared to oak. You get paid much more for black walnut than you do for oak. So if I had a choice on a plantation that I wish I had, of course trees take a long time to grow. But if I had something going on where, to plant the plantation for my kids and my grandkids, it's going to be black walnut. Here's a young black cherry tree. I don't know why a lot of people aren't familiar with these, but it's got kind of a bark that kind of peels up a little bit. My land, we have black cherry trees. Not a lot of them. My buddy's land, he has black cherry trees like we have black walnuts. They grow everywhere. And it's just kind of odd the way things are. So this is a oak stump from when we logged off 25 years ago. And here's all the top. We had cut up the top. You can see that we did some work up here. We just never got it harvested. We didn't have the equipment to get up on top here like we do now. There's a big oak log, it was a cull log. Definitely during the day, it was good, some really good firewood. But we let that time expire. So I'm just walking around these oak stumps. That's where you'll find the maitake, or hen of the woods, is on oak stumps. And we've got lots of rotting oak here, and I've actually found a couple of maitakes up here last year. Hen of the woods, if you prefer. It's a nice oak tree right here. So I really do try to protect the oak trees and the walnut trees, either by planting more acorns or by cutting down the ironwoods or I don't really cut down too many of the elm trees, because although the state would have you do it, that's our primary resource for morel mushrooms in the springtime. So I don't cut them down. Their life cycle is short anyway. You can get some larger ones, but it's not worth it to me. I'd much rather have the morels come up. I'll plant another black walnut here. Picked up a few nuts and carried them with me. And just mash them in the ground. They're not going to hurt them. They got the heavy husk on the outside, which coincidentally, when you pick off, it'll stain your hands dark brown to black. So I think this is one of the trees I had found. Mataki or hens of woods on last year. With this being in the Driftless region, you know, it's all got all these microclimates going on, whether it's the ridge top or the side of the hill, the east side of the hill, west side of the hill, north side of the hill, south side of the hill. It's kind of interesting how you'll get different things growing at different times versus if you were out in a flat land, being a flatlander, and have everything come at one time. I shouldn't say it like that because they actually got a corner of the Driftless region themselves. So here we got a couple of big black walnut trees, and right here is an ash tree. So I'll probably try to this winter, try to drop this ash tree down this road so that it doesn't hurt the black walnuts. This is a giant black walnut. This thing's going to be worth some good money. It's not completely straight, but it is a big tree with a lot of mass. I do have a veneer tree down the way there. I'm not going to walk down there today, but someday I will show that to you. Yeah, I think that's it for our walk up here today. So, another ash tree. We'll try to get those down. That'll definitely help the oaks grow for sure. Because right now, you know, just the cycle of when you log. So we've logged, the first time we logged, we got just about enough money to pay for the price of the land. Then the next time we logged was just some black walnuts that were in distress. Walked the land with the forester. We picked out 31 of them. We didn't get a very good price for them. But we still had it done because it is what it is. You have to get it done. So as I walk through here and I'm finding more black walnuts on the ground, I am stepping on them, planting them, so that when I do open up the canopy a little bit by taking out these ashes and these ironwoods, they are ready to go and grow. If anybody knows about the cycle of the black walnut, put it in the comments down below. Because down towards the valley floor, you know, I've got a lot of mature trees, and in the past they've put off just so many black walnuts you can't hardly walk without spraining your ankle. All of a sudden, it's not like that anymore. I'd say for 5 years I haven't had good black walnut production down there. These up here are putting off pretty good. There's an ash tree I need to take down. Here is a big popple that fell over. Got to cut it up because that's in one of our roadways. And we'll get out of here. I got lots of wood splitting to go in that never endless pile of ash. So let me get down there and take care of things. There's the Kubota. We're going to do the 50-hour service this week. I'll talk to you a little bit about the operation of the Kubota and what I think about it. Even what I think about it compared to the mule. So let's get down by the ash. I spied with my little eye some mushrooms growing here I wanted to show you. So here, this is odd too, is that on this tree here, I see 3 different kinds of mushrooms growing. That means 3 different kinds of fungus have populated this tree, and that usually doesn't happen. I tell you, when they're planting shiitake mushrooms and ironwood logs, that's the last thing you want to see is another fungus on there. So here is some of the lion's mane, or the coral, or whatever you want to call it, and it looks like it's past. And then these little brown ones, I'm not 100% sure. Matter of fact, I'm not sure at all of what those are. And as we move up the log here, yeah, I don't know why I find these things, that they are in this condition. There's a close-up what they got going on. They just seem like they're past. And then these here appear to be Triminis versicolor, or turkey tail mushrooms. And then there's some more of the capped mushrooms up there. So that's it. I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to show it to you. I got an ash tree up there. I'm gonna go mark that one so I don't go past it later. One of my dear best friends here gave me a little tool for working in the woods, and it's pretty nice. So he works at the DNR, and I don't know if the DNR uses these for striping or whatever, but he picked them up at Menards. It's got some marking paint in there, and it's good for marking trees. So we're gonna hike, do a little off-roading so I can mark that tree, make sure I pull it down, because the leaves are dead on it. So while it still has some firewood quality. Oh. Besides these hills being steep, they can be slippery too. I'll pick up my paint marker. We'll see if we can get closer to that tree. I know I can't shoot the paint from here, so we have lots of ironwood trees to take out everywhere. That's when you log, here at least, and that's what comes up later is ironwoods with a vengeance. That and prickly ash. If you've ever run into prickly ash, you don't want to. It's got barbs on it, and it's sharp and whatnot. Yeah, this one's completely dead. So I'll just give a little spray job so we can see it from down below when we're cutting firewood. Oh, here I went down just like a champion. There's a couple stumps up here I want to check. It's going to be a scorcher today. Here's a large ironwood I'm going to take out. Another benefit to marking these trees and logs is, I know what they are. And if I have someone help me, I could just tell them to look for the orange marks. It's unbelievable how many people, you know, I don't want to say it's hard to train them, but, you know, they don't just, I can look across the way and see all these ironwood trees, and sometimes other people don't. I remember the first time I took my brother on a release cut, he started asking me at every tree, is this an ironwood? Cut this one? It's like, yeah, and I didn't get mad about it, you know, because it's a learning experience. And some people just, you know, they need to go out with somebody to learn the trees. You know, it's more than just the leaf identification. So, yeah, not a big deal. The cherry tree over there, and come through here and try to stay on 2 feet. Dropped my paint stick. There's a couple more ironwoods. There's quite a few cherries down here. I'm surprised. Because like I said, you know, we don't have a ton of cherries in any given spot, but these are. Must be one of those microclimates supporting the cherry tree, the black cherries, once you get the seeds down. I kind of screwed up there when marking the ironwoods. I would suggest doing them low, you know, because on ironwoods, the first time I came through with the forester, oh, it stretched out some muscles. You know, he told me you should high stump them. That way when the loggers come in, they see them. Versus if you low stump them, it could cause them to get a flat tire. So with the ironwoods, because I'm trying to save most of the tree for mushrooms, and I don't need paint on them, you know, mark them low. Mark them low. High stump them still, but at least you get to take most of the tree out. And you know, with the ironwoods for mushrooms, for instance, this one right here I just marked at the base. Look how tall that tree is. You can get mushrooms all the way up to there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 mushroom logs in that one tree. So it doesn't take long to get 100 logs. And if you think I called those mushrooms wrong, you know, like the lion's mane or coral mushroom, whatever it is. It's not coral mushroom, but it's, I forget what the grouping name is. If that one is wrong, if you think it's wrong, let me know. Hey everybody, thanks for showing up today. I really appreciate it. I'd also appreciate it if you hit that like button and hit that bell notification so that you know when we get our next videos posted. And also, you know, why not share it with a friend, you know, because, you know, that's who you do your firewood cutting or splitting with, is friends, because it's a great family or friend adventure. So share the video with somebody and have a great day.